In the heart of the Jordanian desert, a remarkable secret lies hidden. It is a city unlike any other. It was not built with bricks or timber, instead it was carved directly from the living rock. This is Petra, a city painted in shades of rose, red and orange by the setting sun. For centuries it remained lost to the Western world, a place of myth and legend. Its story is one of great ingenuity, immense wealth and eventual decline. It whispers of a civilization that mastered one of the harshest environments on Earth and created a masterpiece of engineering and art. Its existence is a testament to the remarkable things humans can achieve. Imagine walking through a narrow canyon. The walls tower high above you, almost touching the sky. Sunlight barely filters down to the sandy floor below. You walk for more than a kilometer, the anticipation building with every step. The silence is broken only by the sound of your own footsteps and the gentle desert wind. This is the path ancient travelers took. It was a path that led to one of the ancient world's most magnificent sights. This journey, known as the Sikh, was designed to inspire awe and wonder, preparing visitors for the incredible city that lay just beyond the final turn. This incredible place was once home to a people known as the Nabateans. They were resourceful nomads who became master engineers and wealthy traders. They learned to control the most precious resource in the desert water. With this knowledge, they built a thriving metropolis in a place where few thought it possible. They created a safe haven for caravans carrying spices, silks, and incense from distant lands. Petra became a bustling hub of commerce and culture, a shining jewel in the vast, arid landscape. The Nabateans left behind a legacy etched in stone, a story waiting to be read. Today, Petra stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is a symbol of Jordan and a source of wonder for all who visit. Its majestic tombs and temples continue to capture the imagination. They remind us of a time when this silent city was alive with the sounds of merchants, the footsteps of camels, and the chatter of different languages. We are going to explore the story of this lost city. We will look at how it began, how it flourished, and how it was eventually reclaimed from the sands of time. Join us on this journey to unveil the secrets of Petra, the rose-red city. The story of Petra begins not with kings or empires, but with a nomadic Arab tribe. These were the Nabateans. They arrived in this region more than 2,000 years ago, around the 4th century BC. At first they were wanderers, shepherds moving with their flocks across the harsh desert. They were experts at survival in this difficult land. They knew where to find water and how to protect themselves from the extreme heat and cold. Their deep understanding of the environment would become the foundation upon which their great city was built. They were a hardy and clever people, perfectly suited to this challenging world. The Nabateans chose this location for a very specific reason. The area around Petra is a natural fortress. It is surrounded by towering sandstone cliffs and accessed through narrow gorges. This made it very easy to defend from enemies, but there was another, more important advantage. The region had several natural springs. The Nabateans were brilliant water engineers. They built a complex system of dams, cisterns and channels to collect and store every drop of rainwater. This mastery over water allowed them to support a large population and create lush gardens in the middle of the desert. It was this control of water that turned a barren place into a paradise. As they settled, the Nabateans transitioned from a nomadic life to a more permanent one. They began to control the important trade routes that passed through the region. These routes connected Arabia, Egypt, and Syria. Caravans laden with frankincense from Oman and spices from India had to pass through their territory. The Nabateans offered them safety and water in exchange for taxes. This trade made them incredibly wealthy. Their newfound wealth allowed them to transform their rocky fortress into a magnificent city, a testament to their prosperity and power. Petra became the capital of their thriving kingdom. The Nabatean kingdom reached its peak between the 1st century BC and the 1st century AD. During this golden age, Petra was home to as many as 30,000 people. It was a vibrant, cosmopolitan city. The Nabateans developed their own unique culture, language, and script. They worshipped their own gods, with the main deity being Dushara. Their civilization flourished for centuries, leaving behind a stunning architectural legacy. But like all great kingdoms, their time of independence would eventually come to an end, as the powerful Roman Empire expanded its reach into the region. The architecture of Petra is truly one of a kind. What makes it so special is that most of its grandest structures were not built, but carved. They were chiseled directly out of the solid sandstone cliffs. This technique is known as rock-cut architecture. Imagine the skill and dedication required to create such intricate facades. Workers would start at the top of a cliff face, suspended by ropes. They would slowly carve their way down, shaping columns, statues, and elaborate decorations from the mountain itself. It was a monumental task that required immense patience and precision. This method ensured the buildings were part of the very landscape. The Nabatean builders were influenced by many cultures. As traders, they encountered people from all over the ancient world. They saw the grand temples of Egypt, the classical columns of Greece, and the powerful arches of Rome. They blended these styles with their own artistic traditions. This fusion created a unique architectural language found only in Petra. You can see Hellenistic-style columns next to Assyrian-inspired crow steps and Egyptian obelisks. This mix of styles tells the story of Petra as a crossroads of civilizations, a place where ideas from the East and West met and mingled in spectacular fashion. The most famous buildings in Petra are its tombs. There are over 600 of them carved into the cliffs. These were not simple graves. They were magnificent monuments designed to honor the dead and showcase the wealth and status of their families. Some are simple, with plain entrances, while others are enormous, multi-story structures with elaborate facades. The so-called royal tombs are a stunning example. They line one of the main hillsides, their grand entrances catching the afternoon sun. Each tomb was a permanent home for the soul, a palace for the afterlife carved for eternity into the unyielding stone. Beyond the tombs, the Nabateans carved out everything a thriving city would need. They created temples for their gods, a large theater that could seat thousands of spectators, and a grand colonnaded street that served as the city's commercial heart. They even carved out living quarters and public buildings. The city was a complete urban environment, all sculpted from the surrounding rock. It shows a remarkable level of city planning and engineering. The Nabateans did not just live in the desert, they shaped the desert itself to create a home that was both safe and breathtakingly beautiful. The journey into Petra is as spectacular as the city itself. The main entrance is a long, winding canyon called the Seek. It is not a man-made structure but a natural geological fault, split apart by tectonic forces and smoothed by water over millions of years. The path stretches for over 1.25 kilometers, and its walls soar up to 80 meters high. In some places, the canyon is only a few meters wide, creating a dramatic sense of enclosure. Walking through it is like entering another world. The high walls block out the desert sun and muffle the sounds of the outside world, creating a cool and quiet passage. As you walk along the floor of the Seek, you can see the signs of the Nabateans all around you. They did not leave this natural wonder untouched. They paved parts of the path to make it easier for people and caravans to travel. Along the walls, you can still see channels that were carved to carry water into the city. These channels are a testament to their incredible water management skills. In some areas you can also spot small niches carved into the rock. These once held statues of gods or important figures, greeting visitors as they made their way towards the city. The Seek was more than just an entrance, it was a sacred, processional way. The walk through the Seek is a journey of anticipation. The path twists and turns, hiding what lies ahead. The colors of the rock change with the light, shifting from pale yellow to deep red. The sheer scale of the canyon walls makes you feel very small. You are completely immersed in the natural beauty of the place. Ancient travelers must have felt a profound sense of awe and wonder as they made this journey. It was a clever design, both natural and man-made. It ensured that anyone who came to Petra, whether a trader or a diplomat, would be deeply impressed before they even saw the city itself. And then, after a final turn, the Seek delivers its most dramatic moment. A sliver of a magnificent building appears through the narrow opening. It is the first glimpse of Petra's most famous monument, the Treasury. The contrast is breathtaking. You emerge from the dark, narrow canyon into a bright, open space confronted by this perfect, impossible facade. This carefully orchestrated reveal is a work of pure genius. It is a moment that has stunned visitors for 2,000 years and continues to be one of the most memorable experiences in the world of travel. The Seek is not just a path, it is the perfect introduction to the magic of Petra. The first monument that greets you as you emerge from the Seek is Al-Khazne, better known as the Treasury. Its name is misleading. It was not a treasury at all, but most likely a mausoleum for a great Nabatean king. Local Bedouin legend held that an Egyptian pharaoh hid his treasure in the stone urn at the very top of the facade, which is how it got its popular name. You can still see bullet marks on the urn from people who tried to shoot it open to release the supposed riches inside. The true treasure, of course, is the building itself, a masterpiece of art and architecture that has stood for millennia. The facade of the treasury is nearly 40 meters high and is carved with astonishing detail and precision. It is a perfect example of the Hellenistic style that was popular across the ancient world. It has a portico with 6 elegant Corinthian columns. Above this, the upper level features a central circular structure, or tholos, which is flanked by 2 half-pediments. The entire surface is adorned with intricate carvings of mythological figures, likely associated with the afterlife. The soft, rose-colored sandstone from which it is carved seems to glow in the sunlight, changing color throughout the day. It is a sight of almost unbelievable beauty. The creation of the treasury is a marvel of ancient engineering. Remember, this entire structure was carved from the top down out of a single cliff face. The Nabatean artisans would have been suspended from the top of the cliff on ropes and scaffolding. They meticulously chiseled away the rock, following a precise plan to create the symmetrical and perfectly proportioned facade. The level of skill required is difficult to comprehend. To achieve such perfect lines and delicate details on such a massive scale without modern tools is a testament to their mastery as stonemasons and architects. It was likely completed in the 1st century AD. Today, the treasury is the most iconic symbol of Petra. It has been immortalized in films and photographs, drawing millions of visitors from around the globe. Yet no picture can truly capture the feeling of standing before it. Its preservation is remarkable, sheltered as it is by the high cliffs that surround it. This protection has saved it from the harshest effects of wind and rain. It stands as a silent, powerful reminder of the glory of the Nabatean kingdom and the artistic vision of the people who created this extraordinary monument in the heart of the desert. Petra's greatness was built on more than just its stunning architecture. Its location was its biggest asset. The city was situated at a vital crossroads of ancient trade routes. These routes were the arteries of the ancient world, carrying immense wealth across continents. To the south, the routes led to Arabia, the source of frankincense and myrrh. These aromatic resins were highly prized in the ancient world for religious ceremonies and perfumes. To the east, the Silk Road brought goods from as far away as China. Petra became a crucial link in this global network of commerce, a bustling oasis for weary travelers and their precious cargo. The Nabateans were shrewd business people. They offered caravans protection from bandits and provided them with water and shelter, all for a fee. This made Petra a safe and attractive stopping point on the long and dangerous desert journeys. The city flourished as a result. Its markets would have been filled with an incredible variety of goods. Imagine the sights and smells: piles of fragrant spices, bolts of shimmering silk, precious metals, and exotic animals. Merchants from different lands would have haggled in many languages, making Petra a truly cosmopolitan center where cultures and ideas were exchanged as freely as goods. This constant flow of people and wealth had a profound impact on Nabatean culture. They were exposed to new ideas, new technologies, and new artistic styles. We can see this in their architecture, which blends Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and Assyrian elements with their own local traditions. Their society was open and adaptable. They absorbed influences from the many cultures they interacted with, creating a unique and vibrant civilization. This cultural exchange enriched their society, making Petra not just a center of trade but also a center of learning and innovation in the heart of the ancient Middle East. The city itself was designed to support this bustling trade. After passing through the treasury, the valley opens up to reveal a wide colonnaded street. This was the city's main thoroughfare, lined with the remains of shops, temples, and important public buildings. This would have been the vibrant heart of Petra, where business was conducted and public life unfolded. The scale of the street and the surrounding buildings speaks to the immense prosperity that trade brought to the city. For several centuries, Petra was one of the most important commercial hubs in the Roman world, a shining example of how geography and human ingenuity can create extraordinary wealth. The golden age of Petra could not last forever. Its fortunes were tied to the caravan trade, and in the ancient world, trade routes were always shifting. In the 2nd century AD, the powerful Roman Empire formally annexed the Nabatean kingdom, turning it into the province of Arabia Petraea. At first the city continued to thrive under Roman rule. The Romans even added to the city, building the colonnaded street and expanding the theater. However, a more significant change was happening elsewhere. The Romans began to favor sea routes over the long and difficult land routes for trade with the East. As ships began to carry more goods across the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf, the overland caravan routes that passed through Petra became less important. The city's main source of income slowly began to dry up. Less trade meant less wealth, and Petra's influence started to decline. Then, in the year 363 AD, a catastrophic earthquake struck the region. This powerful quake destroyed many of the city's freestanding buildings and severely damaged its vital water management system. The city was crippled. While some rebuilding occurred, Petra never fully recovered from this devastating blow. Over the next few centuries, Petra's population dwindled. The city was gradually abandoned as its people moved away to other, more prosperous centers. With the rise of Christianity, some of its tombs were converted into churches, a sign of the changing times. But by the time of the early Islamic conquests in the 7th century, Petra was little more than a small, forgotten village. It slowly faded from the memory of the outside world. For over 1,000 years, this magnificent city, once home to tens of thousands, lay silent and empty, its existence known only to the local Bedouin tribes who lived in the area. The city became a place of legend. Its stone monuments, hidden deep within the mountains, were shielded from the eyes of the world. The entrance through the Sikh kept it a closely guarded secret. The local tribes were protective of the ruins, which they believed were haunted by spirits. They did not encourage visitors. For centuries, the rose-red city slept, wrapped in the silence of the desert. Its grand tombs and temples were left to the wind and the sand, waiting for the day when they would be revealed to the world once more, a lost wonder of the ancient world. For centuries, Petra remained a ghost city, a rumor whispered among scholars of the ancient world. The West knew of its existence from old texts, but its exact location had been lost to time. The key to its rediscovery lay with a young Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. He was a remarkable man, fluent in Arabic and deeply knowledgeable about Islamic culture. In the early 19th century, he was traveling through the Middle East in disguise, posing as an Arab scholar named Sheikh Ibrahim ibn Abdullah. He was on a mission to find the source of the Niger River in Africa, but he had heard tales of fantastic ruins hidden in the mountains near the village of Wadi Musa. In 1812, driven by immense curiosity, Burckhardt devised a clever plan. He knew the local Bedouin tribes were suspicious of outsiders, especially those searching for treasure. So he told his local guide that he wished to make a sacrifice at the tomb of the prophet Aaron, which he believed was located near the lost city. This was a plausible religious reason that would allow him to pass through the protected area without raising too much suspicion. His guide reluctantly agreed to lead him through the secret valley. Burckhardt must have felt a huge sense of excitement as he was led towards the hidden entrance. His journey took him through the narrow, winding passage of the Sikh. He was the first Westerner to walk this path in more than 1,000 years. As he emerged at the other end, he was met with the breathtaking sight of the treasury. He realized immediately that he had found the legendary lost city of Petra. He had to contain his excitement, pretending to be unimpressed while he quickly sketched the monument in his notebook. He continued on, seeing the theater, the tombs, and the colonnaded street. He knew he could not stay long or explore too deeply without revealing his true identity and endangering his life. After his short visit, Burckhardt returned to the wider world and published his findings in his travel diaries. His account of a magnificent city carved from rock, hidden in the desert, caused a sensation in Europe. It sparked a wave of interest among explorers, artists, and archaeologists. Soon, others followed in his footsteps, eager to see the wonders of Petra for themselves. The lost city was lost no more. Burckhardt's courage and ingenuity had pulled back the curtain of time, reintroducing one of the world's greatest archaeological treasures to an astonished and captivated audience. Today, Petra is no longer a lost city. It is one of the new 7 wonders of the world and Jordan's most precious treasure. Each year, hundreds of thousands of people from all corners of the globe make the same journey that Burckhardt did. They walk through the Sikh, their anticipation building until they too are greeted by the magnificent sight of the treasury. The city continues to inspire the same awe and wonder that it did 2 millennia ago. It is a powerful link to our shared human past, a place where history is not just read in a book, but is experienced with every step you take. The significance of Petra extends far beyond its beauty. It is a living classroom for archaeologists, historians, and engineers. Excavations are still ongoing, and it is believed that over 80% of the city remains buried beneath the sand, holding countless more secrets. Each new discovery helps us to better understand the remarkable Nabateans. We learn more about their daily lives, their religious beliefs, and their incredible ability to thrive in such a challenging environment. Petra reminds us of the ingenuity and resilience of ancient civilizations and the magnificent legacies they can leave behind for future generations to study and admire. Protecting this fragile wonder is a great responsibility. The sheer number of visitors combined with the natural forces of wind and water erosion puts the delicate sandstone structures at risk. The Jordanian government and international organizations like UNESCO work tirelessly to preserve Petra for the future. Conservation efforts focus on managing tourism, stabilizing the rock-cut monuments, and protecting the site from damage. The goal is to find a balance, allowing people to experience the magic of Petra, while ensuring that this irreplaceable piece of world heritage will survive for centuries to come. The story of Petra is a captivating tale of human achievement, a city born from rock and ingenuity. It is a story of a culture that flourished at the crossroads of the world, only to fade into silence and be reborn through discovery. Its rose-red stones hold the memories of kings, traders, and artisans. They invite us to wonder about the past and to appreciate the enduring power of human creativity. There are so many more stories like this one, hidden in the forgotten corners of our world. We hope you will continue to join us as we explore them together.